Hi guys, this should be a short video as a follow-up to the BMS video I made, just to show you what happens within the period of about 1 month. I have changed the BMS parameters a month ago, and today I tell you that this pack is now perfectly balanced. So we are now almost at the point when the balancer will kick in, and when then the charge current will be reduced. I am telling you that this pack is now perfectly balanced, but if you look here at the voltages, you will see we have a cell difference, voltage difference of 22 millivolts. Why do I say this is perfectly balanced? This is kind of completely weird what I'm saying, right? But by the voltages which I see here on the screen, I can now tell you how this pack is built. I actually know how it is built because I took a look inside, but just by looking at the voltages we can still also see that. And we are standing in front of a sectional pack. So I made once a video about jumpers inside a battery pack and how they affect the voltage readings, etc. And we can see that here also. If you see the first 4 cell voltages, those are very similar, they are together. Then cell number 5 is 20 millivolts off. Then the next 3 cells are again similar. Cell number 9 is again 20 millivolts off. Then you have again 3 quite similar voltages, and then again cell number 13 is 20 millivolts off. So I can tell you that inside of this pack are now 4 packages. Each have 4 cells in series, and then they're connected by a jumper. I always thought that this battery pack is built out of prismatic cells, but it's not like that. This pack is built of pouch cells, and they have put them together in 4 packages, and each of those packages is containing battery pouch cells. They made a serial connection to the next pouch cells, and 4 of them. So this is shown here on the voltage readout. The 20 millivolts is nothing else than the voltage drop with our almost 40 amps now, which is shown like that, right? Now you can see it 18 amps, for example, you see 10 millivolts only difference. That was now some sort of cloud or whatever this was. So now a few minutes later we actually had a kind of weird situation. We have the balancer on 3 cell groups, and this is exactly cell 5, 9 and 13. So those are actually those cells which have the jumper. And because of the extra voltage difference the jumper gives us there, the balancer kicked now in at those cells, and it would actually now bring the pack out of balance. So that's why it's very important, if you have such a configuration, when you have jumpers inside of your battery, that the balancer kicks in a little bit later. So just a little bit before then the current is reduced. Later on, when the current is very low, that will not make any difference then anymore for the balancing, of course. But if you start balancing very early and you have something like this inside your pack, that at least 1 jumper, or in this case a 3, then you have to consider this, that the balancer will actually act on a wrong voltage. But you can see now perfectly, when you now calculate, just remove 20 millivolts of voltage difference there, that all cells really are somewhere at the moment at 3.41 volts. So that's already out of the flat area, and it's going into the incline at the end. And so they are really all very close together. So we are already almost 99% state of charge. We are kind of somewhere at 8 millivolts difference. So all the balancing, the new parameters after such a long time, because the balancer can only balance with like 20-40 milliamps, which is built in here. But it doesn't matter, time will solve your imbalance after you set the parameters. We are approaching the voltage which will then trigger the lower charging amperage, 99%. The highest cell voltage is now almost where our overvoltage alarm will trigger. That's the trigger for the current reduction. You see now the voltage difference is of course a little bit higher, because we are now going into the really steep incline at the end, so every minor difference imbalance will now be seen much stronger. But if I remember how this was a month ago, we had their values of 200 millivolts difference, so cell 6 was always lagging a little bit behind, and it's still the last one, but I think in a few days or weeks this will be completely eliminated. Almost every single cell is going into balance now. We will have the trigger any moment, and now we have the cell over voltage alarm. It will take a second and the current will start to be reduced, and now it goes down. So you will see it fall now to around 1.7 amps, and yeah, this is now here 1.7 amps, and now we are waiting until the voltage is settled a little bit, and then we will see how the pack is. Yeah, 5, 9 and 13, they are quite similar to other ones now. It is still the cell number 6 which is not yet up with the other ones, but this one was like 3.35 when we started a month ago, so I think another 1 or 2 weeks and this and the cell number 10 will then also be together with all the other ones. I think that's all what we can see here. A much better result than it was. So it really does not matter how capable of balancing your BMS is, what is built into your pack. You have to set it correctly, and then it will keep the pack together. That's no question about. Only if a cell would be damaged or anything, that one would then run away, of course. The way I see this now is that all the parameters, as we have said it, work perfectly. So there's not much to improve here. It's all quite well. Okay, so we don't need to wait until the pack is fully charged, because at the end it will always be then the maximum difference up to whatever you set, 3.55 to the lowest cell. So the difference there will be big, but in capacity the difference will be almost zero. So there's not much to see. We saw that the pack as it is, all the cells are very close together. That is what I wanted to achieve with setting the parameters. So if you have a problematic pack at home, you did not know about the settings, now you know it. If you have a cable, you can change, and you will also be happy with the equipment you have. So thank you for watching. Please like the video, write your comments on the down, and subscribe to the channel. I see you next time.